Assalamu alaikum. I have a couple of announcements before we start. As usual, if you want to write anything or ask a question, you use the chat area. Regarding the assessments and the homework, I have a lot of assignments are not completed. For example, DNA replication. You talk about the beginning of DNA replication, and then you stop writing about helicase, for example, or you stop writing about DNA polymerase. So you need to fill this gap. So that's why some of you are losing marks. So this is one reason why you're losing marks. The other thing, late. So lateness. If the grade is out of 6 marks, then I deduct 1 mark for lateness. If I notice that you guys keep submitting the assignments very late, then I'm gonna deduct two marks. So for the students who got not enough information, they need to redo the assignments. They were copying workbook assignments, and it's very clear. You're either copying the workbook assignments or you are copying the label or draw of the heart. So it's very clear that you are taking it from someone else. It's not your handwriting, and it's not even your work. So that's why I did put another assignments without drawing, especially for the students who find it difficult to draw the heart. So they need to do this part. They need to label all the parts of the heart, and then they submit it again. The student who did copy and paste, they need to redo it again. Okay? You are all able to redo your assignments. Even if you got, for example, 5.75 because you got some mistakes in your assignments, then you need to, if you want, you can redo it again. And then you make sure that you get a full mark in the homework or in the assignments. Okay? Guys, if you want to write anything, write it in English. I'm not going to read anything in Arabic.
Sir.
Okay? So the reason why I'm deducting marks, either you have a large number of mistakes, not 1 or 2. I can correct 1 or 2. But large number of mistakes, I don't. I try to correct as much as I can. Then you will lose a quarter, which is not much, and then you can resubmit the assignments, and you can get a full mark. The students who did copy paste, and I told them don't copy paste, and I resubmitted the assignments, and he did it again, he's getting 0. Then I have a student who didn't submit any assignments. So what do I do for them? They already got 0. Okay. Okay, as this is clear, Mr. So you're talking about the assignments yesterday, not the assignment yesterday. I'm talking about assignments in general. Okay, yesterday was part of it. Okay. Yes, yesterday was regarding for the students who were not able to draw the heart. If you are not able to draw the heart, then you use this assignment to label heart parts and the blood vessels. This is clear, Yusuf? Okay. Any questions regarding assignments?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes, just write it in the chat.
Okay, I just came late, so I didn't see what you said.
Just write it in the chat. So do you mean you said to me, check? So some students, I just wrote check or check your mistakes, and then you got full mark. Just to make sure that you do have 1 or 2 mistakes, you need to you need to be careful when I do the final assessment. Okay, if this is clear, you can send me also in private. I'm just talking about the assignments, Leith. Hold up. If we already did the old hard assignment, if you did the old hard assignments and you got full mark, you don't need to do the new one. Okay, and that's it. When is the final assessment? The final assessment will start from the 23rd of April to 29th of April. So I did the old hard assignments and I got 5. Can I do the new one? Yes, of course you can. And you can do the old one and you can get 6, because your problem was you're not mentioning other parts of the heart. Okay, same thing to you, Leith. You did mention only the chambers, but you still have other things to mention. So if I do the new one, but just do the new one if you think that this is easy or it's better, because it's difficult to draw the heart. Okay, can we move on? And I got in the lab 5.75. Then you need to check your mistake. Check your mistake. Maybe you had mistake in the, you told me in class. Check your mistake, Leith. I'm telling you now, just check your mistake, okay? And then you can do it again. It's easy. When I do not, should I redo the old? Do? If you're talking about the hard assignment, then you do the new one if you didn't do the old one. Even the real old assignments that I'm starting correcting or checking your assignments from February, especially from chapter 28. So from chapter 28 and then chapter 10, 11, 12, these are the assignments that I'm checking. Of course you can. You submitted what, Yusuf? Just be clear, which assignment are you talking about? You have the homework in Google Classroom, Benwan. Guys, you are asking me the same questions again and again. If you did hard the old assignment, then you don't need to do the new one. Yes, I meant to check how you draw the heart. Then you need to mention the other parts of the heart. Okay. Is that the only assignments that I didn't do? Is then do it. I put the picture from the workbook. I copied. Okay, Yusuf. How can I mention the other parts? You should know the other parts because we did talk about them. If you knew them, then just do it, okay? We don't need to re-talk about the same topic again, okay? So I'm gonna stop listening to your questions. We need to move on to today's lesson. Today's lesson is regarding how the person receive oxygen and how a person exhale carbon dioxide and kick it out of the system. And the simple answer would be oxygen enters from a mouth or the nose or both. Then it goes all the way to trachea, then it enters to here. They do the exchange of the gas. Oxygen goes to blood vessels. From blood vessels, you get carbon dioxide, and then it moves all the way to the nose, and then from the nose to outside the system. So we're going to listen to a video. This video will explain this process thoroughly, and then we're going to go through each step slowly to make sure that you get the general idea. Okay, hopefully you can hear. Just Ali, if you hear it clearly, just say yes. Okay. You need to turn on your mic, I think. Okay, then try to see the animation, and then we talk about it later. If you cannot hear, okay. So start from the nose and nasal cavity. Pharynx, we call it trachea also, or windpipe. This part is very important, okay? These two words are not included in our lesson. We call them windpipe, okay, as a one word. Also trachea, we call it a windpipe. So this is trachea, this is the esophagus. We know what is the esophagus. It's part of the digestive system. Trachea is part of the respiratory system, okay? Shaky. Okay, this part is very important. As soon as a person swallow food, this flip or door will close, and this door we call it epiglottis. So as soon as you eat, epiglottis close to allow the food to jump all the way to the esophagus and not passing to the trachea. Okay? مرة ثانية. As soon as you eat, this door close, and then the food goes all the way to the esophagus and not going to the trachea. So you breathe in. Diaphragm is a muscle that located underneath the lungs. As you breathe in or you inhale, the lungs expand. When it expands, the diaphragm contracts and it moves downward. Plus, because there is a cage here, the cage will expand as you inhale. So as you inhale, diaphragm اللي هي العضلة هذه will contract and goes down. The ribs that located on top of the lungs will expand and go up. Okay. Okay. So if you didn't hear it very well, now we're going to go through it again. It's very important for you guys to notice how these molecules are moving, either oxygen or carbon dioxide. So you get the oxygen here, O2 of course. You inhale oxygen, and then the oxygen enters through the nose or enters through the mouth. When it enters through the nose, it goes to the nasal cavity, this area, a space, and there is hair here, okay? And this hair, what does it do? It traps the dust, traps the particles. Bacteria can also trap bacteria, okay? And then this area, part of the nasal cavity, that warms the air, that make it cooler, okay? And then air moves down. I told you this one, we call it windpipe, or we call it trachea as written in the book, but this is the official name. And then it moves from the windpipe, it goes all the way to this area. Here we do have the flap that we said we call it epiglottis. Okay, I'm going to show you an image later about the epiglottis. Epiglottis should be opened so the oxygen can pass through the trachea. Okay, and then you sneeze. Oh, wait a second. So you have the oxygen passes here through the trachea, then it branches into two lungs. Why we have two lungs? To have a larger surface area. One lung, they do have very large surface area. Two, even better, okay? So from the trachea to bronchi, plural, bronchus, singular. Then from bronchi to bronchioles, these net-like structure. And then from bronchioles, it goes all the way to alveole. Alveole look like circles, okay? I'm going to show it to you now. So this is the alveole. Okay, so from bronchi to alveole. Bronchi, alveole. Alveole, they look like sac. And what's happening in the alveole, if I imagine this is one large alveole, okay? Oxygen enters here. Do you have one molecule of oxygen? Of course not. You have a large number of oxygen. Why? Because you have a large number of alveole. Okay, and you have two lungs, not one lung. And then you get here carbon dioxide that came all the way from the heart. If you remember, in the right ventricle, it squeeze the unoxygenated blood and it move it all the way with the pulmonary artery, and then it goes to capillaries. So this is a capillary, and the capillaries carrying CO2. طبعا, of course, red blood cells carrying CO2 inside the capillaries. And you عندك large number of oxygen, here you have large number of carbon dioxide. What's happening? Diffusion. Very important, huh? Diffusion is happening. Oxygen from large concentration to small concentration. يدش هني. Carbon dioxide from large concentration to small concentration, they move to the alveole. Do you have any question regarding this point? Do both the lungs have the same number of alveoli? As far as I remember, yes. But I'm not sure. Do you have any question regarding here, this point, from the starting point until all the way to the exchange of gas? I'm going to ask questions. Oxygen entered. Mr. I'm not sure if the left is bigger than the right lungs, to be honest. I'm not sure. So, Mr. Can you go through the diffusion point again? Yes. So, oxygen enters from the nasal, from the nose, mouth, goes all the way to the trachea, and then from the trachea, bronchi, then bronchioles, then alveole. When it reaches the alveole, you have a large number of oxygen, O2. And you have a very small number of oxygen in the blood vessels, especially capillaries, because capillaries is where the area of exchange of gases occur. هني عندك large concentration, هني small concentration. Moving molecule from large concentration to small concentration, this is, we call it diffusion. So oxygen diffuse all the way to blood vessel. والعكس هم صح. لأن there is CO2 in the blood vessel, large number of CO2, then CO2 will move from large concentration to small concentration, okay? So it goes to the capillaries. Oxygen goes to the capillaries. Carbon dioxide leave the capillaries to the alveole. This is clear, Rashidi? Okay. So this is the area where there is the door, the epiglottis, this part, okay? And this is what's happening to the diaphragm. Okay, we're going to talk about the diaphragm later in details, but this is what's happening. Oxygen goes in, oxygen goes in, diaphragm contracts and it moves down. Oxygen or carbon dioxide goes out, diaphragm relax and goes up. Inhale, diaphragm goes down. Exhale, diaphragm goes up. Okay? Let's ask questions now to make sure that you all guys on the same page. Shimmery. 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 You are playing shimmery. You're not listening. Garabelli. Yes, shimmery. Tell me what's happening. Tell me the parts of the respiratory system. Okay, open your mic and tell me the parts of the respiratory system. Smith, it depends if you hold your breath after you exhale or if you hold your breath after you inhale. Okay, does this answer your question? Thank you, Shimri, for your answer. Let's move to Faisal. Faisal. Faisal Rifai. Just to clear, guys, huh? I'm assessing your understanding. So there is mark on these questions. Tell me 3 parts of the respiratory system. Shimri, stop copying from the internet, huh? Tell me 3 parts of the respiratory system and open your mic. Anyone ready? Hashim, can you tell me?
What's the question, sir?
3 parts of the respiratory system.
Lungs, trachea,
Lungs,
or
trachea,
diaphragm.
diaphragm. Okay, very good. There is one question here. What is the function of the diaphragm? It provides space for the lungs to expand. Okay, so this is the function of the lungs, of the diaphragm. Nasser Al-Hajri. Nasser Al-Hajri. Nasser Al-Hajri. Okay, can you tell me the process of gas exchange that happens in alveoli? Why you don't know?
Mr. Can I answer?
أستاذ أقدر أجاوب.
Dosiri, you can answer. Dosiri, Rashid.
Nose.
I want the what's happening in the alveoli. Or
Sir, can I answer?
Dosiri is
Alveol,
answering.
it takes the oxygen and يخليه carbon dioxide.
Not really. So when you take oxygen, you don't change the oxygen to carbon dioxide.
Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Please, I want to answer.
It takes oxygen and give off carbon dioxide, right?
Tell me your question, Matar.
No, Mr. I think that takes oxygen and give off carbon dioxide.
Yes. So I want the process in how it takes oxygen and give off carbon dioxide. Banwan, you can answer.
Mr. From small tubes.
Yeah, answer. This is what I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah, answer.
Yes.
I want
Yes.
to say.
Tell me the answer.
But I have another one. Are the tiny air sacs of the lungs, the alveoli look like the cluster of the grapes?
Okay. Benon, you're reading from the internet.
No. والله قاعد من الكتاب والله.
Okay. Continue, Benon.
Only that.
Okay. Anyone knows? Just raise your hand if you know the answer. What's happening in gas exchange? Or specifically, what's happening in the alveoli?
Ustad, the oxygen moves from high concentration to low concentration.
Yes, so oxygen moves from high concentration to low concentration. And what about carbon dioxide?
Low concentration.
This question for Yusuf. So Hashim said oxygen moved from high concentration in the alveole or the air sac to a small concentration in the blood vessels and specifically in the capillaries. Yusuf, what's happening to the carbon dioxide?
Mr. Can I answer?
I'm waiting for Yusuf.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part of what you said.
So Hashim said oxygen moved from the air sac to the blood vessel or to the capillaries by diffusion. What's happening? So this is a question. What's happening to carbon dioxide?
But, so the blood leaves it in the alveoli, and then when you exhale, your lungs get the carbon dioxide out of your body.
How your blood leave it in the alveoli?
Through diffusion.
Diffusion, no? Same thing. So
Yes.
diffusion happened to oxygen, and also diffusion happened to carbon dioxide from high concentration to low concentration. Okay. Okay. Guys, it's very important to know this concept. Carbon dioxide from high concentration to low concentration inside the alveoli, and oxygen from high concentration to low concentration inside the capillaries. And then this capillaries, where does it go? This question for Rashidi.
What, Mr.?
This capillary, where does it? This capillary, where does it go? Capillaries that carries a large number of a large number of oxygen.
To the heart, or
okay, it goes to the heart.
pulmonary artery.
Okay, pulmonary. بطقك pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein. Okay. Yeah. So that's what we need to do today. I'm gonna go through the process again. Focus. Then I'm gonna take the attendance. Very important, guys, to be part of the attendance because it's very important. Anyway, so oxygen goes inside our body. You inhale the oxygen from your mouth or from your nose. If it enters your nose, it will face with hair. These hair parts will trap dust, will trap microbes, and then the nasal chamber, or we call it nasal cavity, اللي هو موجود فوق الحلج على طول. It warms the oxygen and make it cooler. Then the oxygen moves down, and when it moves down, there is two ways. Either goes to the esophagus and enters the stomach, or goes to the trachea. So it will always go to the trachea. And what manage oxygen movement is the epiglottis, a door that is located on the trachea that opens to oxygen to move in and close for food to move in. شفت الواحد لما يحس انه يشرق بالاكل تيجي على طول يحس انه بيموت من الاكل ساعات تصير فيه. ليش؟ Because there is a small very tiny amount of food enter at the beginning of the trachea here. So we as a human, we developed a way of pushing this food away, and one of the reactions that happens is coughing. Okay, guys, please focus. I'm not talking about corona here. I'm talking about a small amount of food enter the trachea. So when oxygen enters the trachea, it moves to bronchi, then from bronchi to bronchioles, then from bronchioles to the alveoli. Okay. Here, where the large number of oxygen accumulate, and then you get a large number of carbon dioxide in the capillaries. Just a minute. Okay, and then here where the gas exchange occurs, carbon dioxide enter the lungs, oxygen leaves the lungs and enter the blood vessels. Okay, this is clear, guys? Yes, Zaid. Ask your question. Fawaz, you have a question? Anas, you have a question? Or you're just raising your hand?
No, I raised my hand since last time
Okay,
to answer a question.
Sorry, I didn't see you.
Oh, it's fine.
So let's take the attendance. Abdulaziz Zaid. Yes, if you have a question, sorry. Yeah. Mister, if some small amount of food enter the trachea, what happens next? Does it enter the lungs? No, it bounces off. It doesn't enter the lungs. That's why we cough a lot when very small enters at the beginning of the trachea. So I'm gonna call your name one by one. As soon as I call your name and then you open your mic, you tell me, yes, I am here, then you can leave. Other than this, you cannot leave, okay? So you open, this is the steps. You open the mic, you say, yes, mister, I'm here, مع السلامة, and then you can leave, okay? Zayed. Rifai, Muhammad.
Yes, Mr. I'm here.
Okay, you can leave, Sanam. Abdullah Rashidi.
Yes, Mr. I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Thank you. You can leave, Rashidi. Anas.
Yes, Mr. I'm here.
Okay, you can go, Anas. Al-Khaldi.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. I'm here.
Where are you, Al-Khaldi? Oh, here you go.
I can go now.
Yes, you can. Abdullah.
Which one, Mr. Me?
Abdullah, eh?
Yes, موجود.
Okay. Did you understand the topic?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, you can leave, Abdullah. Salim?
Yes, Mr. I'm here.
Okay. Did you understand, Salim?
Thank you, Mr. نعم, Mr.
Do you understand the topic?
Yes, yes.
الرئيس.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Um,
حسان you can go.
لا
أنور.
اطلع
Thank
استاذ.
you, mister.
لا اطلع.
Hello, Sam.
Yes.
I am here.
سجلت الرئيس استاذ.
Yes رئيس you can go. أنور.
يلا مع السلامة.
Yes, Mr. I'm here.
Okay you can leave أنور. سالم you can leave. المطر. عبد الرحيم.
Yes, mister.
أنت موجود
I'm
ولا
here,
نايم؟
mister.
نايم ولا موجود؟ شنو
موجود
وضعك؟
أستاذ موجود. لا موجود.
المطر كم مرة؟ سالم كم مرة أقول لك روح؟ اليحيى.
Yes, Mr. I'm here.
Okay you can go اليحيى. عبد
Thank you,
الوهاب.
Mr.
موجود أستاذ.
Okay you can go. زواوي أحمد.
مشكور.
Yes, Mr. I'm here.
Okay you can go زواوي. بدر ديقان.
Sir, I'm here.
Okay you can go بدر. غربلي.
أستاذ الغربلي موجود بس ما يسمعك.
عجيب.
والله أستاذ.
لا بس تعدل المايك.
لا أستاذ شوف أستاذ ما تكذب.
أنا ما قلت لك تكذب. إبراهيم.
الو استاذ موجود.
الحين بس اطلع استاذ.
فيصل اطلع. اي اطلع.
موجود استاذ.
يلا اطلع. فواز اطلع.
يعطيك العافيه استاذ.
يلا بطلع استاذ يعطيك العافيه. يلا
بس لعب فواز قاعد تلعب من ساعه.
والله ما قاعد العب.
زين. ليش تحلف؟
مركز.
هاشم.
بس حلف سريع.
Hello, Mr.
هاشم يلا روح.
اوكي.
بيدلي.
يعطيك العافيه.
هلا أستاذ.
فزت باللعبه ولا خسرت؟
لا مركز معك أستاذ.
اكيد. اتحداك.
إيه أكيد.
يلا زين. جسمي موجود؟ You can go. ناصر.
موجود استاذ موجود.
موجود أستاذ.
ما سمعنا صوتك اليوم. شو اسمك انت الجسمي؟
هلا.
ما سمعنا صوتك اليوم فاهم؟
استاذ انا قبل اطلع بس
هو على خفيف برد اشوف الريكورد اذا دزيته لانه ما فهمت عدل.
زين ذكرتني.